What's up, everybody? My name is BP, and I was asked to do a review of the brand new USD Shadow Trimax skates that were just released over the Christmas holidays. This is the official new release of the rebranded Shadow skates, and it's now spelled S-H-A-D-O-W. Now, as far as the overall skates, nothing's changed much. Besides, there are a few details that I'm going to discuss in this video, in which a lot of you guys have questions about. I'll post it online, so I figured I would give you this little video review and breakdown of the blades. I got them Christmas Eve and was unable to do a review, so I'm decided now to get it all posted up. And this is not going to be skating. This is just going to be a breakdown of all the parts. So I've already taken one boot apart, but here's what one looks like. They do come with the gray 2.0 sole plates, or charcoal. They come with the original first generation 1.0 USD cuff. They come with a single front strap. Now these straps have changed. They're using the same materials that they used in the USD Xsjado upper straps, and it's the same material. I took one off of one of my actual Aeons and saw that the material is pretty much the same. They've actually changed the upper strap. Now this is now a mono strap. And when I see mono strap, it's actually just now I pull across strap. So one way across tighten instead of having the dual tighten straps. And that's because of the new walkable liner, which I'll talk about. The material on this strap is different. It is very much a higher grade material. And probably flipping this might actually save you from tearing this side up, because this side feels like a seatbelt material almost. It's like, that's the kind of way it feels. The mid strap, or the mid area, has changed because of the new walkable liners. They no longer have the little piece that comes up here or the double straps. It's now just a single piece on its own. So if you are wanting to use the old mid wraps, you're going to have to use, or the old wraps, you're going to have to change that because this skate has changed. So let me set this one down. I did an unboxing earlier, my camera died, so I'm actually changing this up a little bit to show you what's kind of in the box. You're going to get, I laughed about this with my wife. The Shadow, the booklet that came with it is actually still spelled the old way. Comes with two MyFit heel pads, and it comes with a bag with Allen wrenches and mounting bolts. Now these are the Trimax. These are the first skates that they are releasing under the USD brand label. And they do come stock with 100mm Trimax frames. They're actually 3-wheel 100mm frames. I already have Trimax set up, so I did not need them. So when I ordered them from the skate shop, I asked for just boot only, which is fine. These are also the small shell Shadows. Like the previous Shadows, the original first Shadows were, under the first generation, were small and large shells. When they went to the 2.0 setup, they went to a 4 sole plate setup and 2 cuffs, which you get extra small and small for the small cuffs, and then medium and large for the large cuffs. And that system stays the same with the Shadow. These are the 41-42 small shells, and when I ordered these from the skate shop, I actually swapped out the liner for a 43. I've always run a little bit bigger shoe inside the actual shell. So you can talk to your skate shop, but I will say the USD sizing of the last couple years, especially with the Aeons, with the 7.5 and 8s being more of a 9, the 910s being a bigger shell, I felt that the 9 wraps fit more true to the original 9, just a little bit more toe room than the original 9 wraps. So, but we'll break that down here in a minute. So first things first, let's talk about the newest little big boy in the USD arsenal, which is the new walkable liner Eclipse high tops. Now these are MyFit. These are their liner brand that they're going to be using. They're going to have, this is for the Trimax version. They have another skate coming out, which is going to have the 2.0 cuff with a actual buckle and a different walkable liner. It's going to be priced a little higher with a fluid frame. It's going to actually be the USD Shadow fluid version, and it should come out somewhere around April from what I'm hearing from the USD people. Their foot wrap will look a little different, and it will have some different highlights. I don't know how the material is going to be. It is a higher price skate. This one's coming at $249 US right now with the Trimax, and you also are going to think that when I'm hearing with the fluid, it's actually going to be $334. So I'm hoping maybe the liner is a little higher grade, but this one seems very solid from what I'm seeing. And I'm going to compare this to the old mid wraps, the actual shoes from the Shadow. This is from the first. This is actually from the Kelso. the Kelso Shadows. I bought these. These are actually US 9. These are US 9. And obviously, you can tell the difference in the sizing from the olds to the new. You're going to have a lot more room in the toe box. Probably looks about ½ inch. And these were always just a little tight on me, so these are now perfect. I'm very pleased with them. As far as the width, they're about the same across the board. The bottoms have changed. These always had a nice grip, but they've added these nice little rubber pads here that lock in and don't move. I can show you my table. And obviously you'll put these into the skate if you want to get a little bit more heel lift. And material, the cuff padding, it does have a V cut in the back with a pull strap. The tongue is very similar to the carbon, the Morales and the skates a couple years ago, not the MyFit liners that you see today with the carbon. I call it the Carbon 2 tongues. These are basically a lace-up system up into the front with a pull-tie straps up top, and if you wanted to swap that out with a pull-tie, you probably could. I haven't tried these skates on like skating yet, so because we've had rain in Virginia, so I'm now hoping to get a hold of that. So I put a pair of together earlier to kind of showcase what I was going to be skating them with. And I'm going to take these apart while we're showing you. So as far as the skates themselves, this is what you're going to have. This is a Shadow 2.0, or the USD Shadow Trimax. I did put on some, and these are small crates on the small shelf. And your walkable liners, pretty straightforward like they were before. You walk them in, lock. When you're in the skate, you sit them down. You Velcro across, you top the mid strap, and you're done. It's pretty straightforward. Now, what I noticed earlier about taking these skates apart, and I'm going to do that right now while we're sitting here, is they have changed a few things about the skate, and we will go over that real quick. You still have the 2-bolt UFS frame system. It's a good system. We don't need to change it. But there's going to be a big difference between this one and the old skate. So what you'll probably just notice is I just took 2 bolts off. And the old system used to have a metal plate in the back of the cuff that held what you screwed into. Well, that's no longer there. You still have these are USD, these are Shadow sole plates, 2.0 version. They've got the front part in the back and the front as always. They still have the strap in the front. They now have and here's another thing why they didn't rebrand the sole plates. They still say Shadow. I guess they're just using leftover parts from probably the Farmer skates, I'm assuming. I think these are the same sole plates as the grays. So they just basically rebranded them. Now the cuff itself is a 1.0 cuff. It does have now a new system. This is the mono strap. It's being held on by 2 anti-rivet bolts up here that you can screw in with an Allen wrench. And they've also done something different now. I looked at this earlier, and I pulled out my original 1.0 cuffs from the basics. And the old cuffs used to have double rivets in the bottom on each side and in your upper for your straps, plus the one in the back. Still has the one in the back, still has the uppers, but now they've just put holes in the lower side. I don't know if y'all can see that. They've just put a hole. And basically what they've done is gotten rid of all this extra hardware. Now you could just have 2 pieces and move it front and back because you just have to pop the rivets out. So there's no longer just shifting on the fly. You do have to get in there and change it. I guess the big question that I've seen on the forums lately and on the people asking is the change in the metal plate in the bottom. So let's go over that really quickly. This is the old 1.0 style. It had a big old gap down here that you could slide it and kind of put your bolt anywhere, and then you just put your screw in and it kept it down. And then the little metal plate would go in on the top, and your Allen wrench bolt, your UFS screw would go in, and it would tighten the frame down. They've gotten rid of that. The new system is a 4-bolt metal plate that have threads in these. These are now threaded, and these are metal, and they're molded into the bottom of the 1.0 cuff. And I'm assuming they're going to do the same thing with the 2.0 cuff. because I have my old one here, and from what I'm seeing, if that's what they're going to do, they've basically just remolded it around a metal plate. I put this together earlier. It goes together pretty quickly. How this is going to hold up over time, I couldn't tell you. USD has said this is supposed to be stronger and more enduring. The problem is, if this does break or these strip, you're going to have to do some modding to get the old bolt system in, or you're just going to have to kind of fall back on your old cuffs. As far as the strength, like I said, it's pretty straightforward. You know, you slide it back on. It still has the notches like before. I always knew mine went into because I always wore the small, so I always had to go into the last bolt. And always, as always, you got your normal Allen wrench system. And I mean, Xsjado has always been known for somewhat ease of customization. And I guess this is one thing that they're doing with these new skates is they're trying to make it easier for the everyday person. You know, less parts without the upper pads now. It's just a 1.0 cuff. There's no padding. There's no Velcro. There's no back. All that's in the walkable liner. So if you were thinking that, you know, you could maybe do some cool stuff, you know, put your old stuff in there, yeah, you can. You can go back in and put your old stuff. But as far as you're going to have that, they're not selling those pads anymore. They're not remaking the old system. So it's just going to be the brand new system that they're doing in here. Also, I found this out when I took the skate apart. The shock pad that was in the back, the rubber pad that was in the bottom of all the old Xsjado skates is now gone. They've now just have the full slip-in liner system. And with that being said, I don't know how much shock absorption you're going to lose. I'm probably going to put my old ones in there for my personal, because I like the actual additional lift. To each their own. I think USD did a fantastic job of giving us some improvements that we kind of needed on this skate. As you can tell, I'm having a hard time. It's easier when it's on your foot. Overall, I'm really enjoying the look of it. I'm hoping the feel is good when I'm skating. As far as height, now a few guys are saying these new liners are tall. So I decided to bring out my Aeons, my 72s, Richies. And as far as the comparison on height, there's not much different. Honestly, it is a higher liner, but the sole plates, you've got that sole in the frame, it is going to be a little higher as far as your height from your second skins. I think they're going to, either you're going to like the new mid tops or the new walkables, or you're not. I personally am excited for the new walkables, and I'm hoping that they, you know, it is the end. Now I'm going to show you some other height comparisons from liners. You got your walkables. These are all the same size. These are all 9. You got a size 9 in the Aeon liners. Or these are the second skins, mediums, and these are size 9 violet liners. So you can kind of see the height difference. You can kind of get a picture of what it's going to be like. They look good. I think this is going to be a good product. Now, longevity and that base plate is a question, and your overall thoughts on the skate. It's Xsjado. Either you like the Fisher Price look or you don't. So my personal opinion, I'm excited to skate these skates and, you know, see where they go. If you want to pick up a pair, definitely check out your local shops. Support something, support your local skate shops. Check out USD on Facebook if you're interested in getting some more information on the skates. I can give you, if you have some comments below or want me to take a picture of any of the parts out, I will do a thorough picture to take right down when my camera comes back up. But this is what I want to do. I just had to grab my iPhone and knock this out. Also, you know, check it out. Check out Lawrence Ingram's page. He did an actual skate review of it. You know, I've been skating Xsjado since they first released, and they've always been a skate that I've always gone back to because of just pure comfort. You know, they might look like preschool skates, but they're just these things are just comfortable to be in overall. So having a plastic shell wrapped around you. So if you enjoy the Xsjado and you want to try the new ones, hey, give it a try. If you have any questions for me, again, just put in the comments below, and definitely check them out. Pick you up a pair. Support your local skate shops. You got, you know, Roller Warehouse, Logo, Thorough, Oak City. You know, check them all out. Pick up a pair from them, or ask. You know, if I ask somebody who skated Shadows before if you want to try the brand, it's always again my fallback skate. So, hope you enjoyed them. If you like the video, click like. If you didn't, it's all good.